Then he gonna call me at night.
South Carolina.
I'm a Duke fan too. I
I
turned my
couldn't
phone
believe
off.
it.
Oh,
I was
man, I
sick.
woke up this morning, I got texts, I got messages, I got emojis.
I was at the gym earlier with my players, and somebody brought it up. They knew I was a Duke fan. I'm like, I ain't ready to talk about it.
No, bro.
I'm still
I
gonna go
cannot
with South
believe that.
Carolina. I have them at the top of
Man,
my
I was
list.
just like, and we
got
were winning the
Connecticut
whole
today.
game.
Oh, it's a decent league too.
Yeah, man, the most we got was a 14.
That's who I need to win
I've had them on
my
my.
pool. I need Connecticut and OKC to beat the Lakers today,
Okay.
and I win my ticket.
I don't know what was going on with Duke. Yeah, that's what having a lot of freshmen
Yeah.
and lack of experience. I would say that was just me.
Yeah, on that stage.
Yeah,
I put a little bit on Shire too because getting the ball in bounds shouldn't have been that hard.
No, come on, man. Exactly. You see that as a coach.
Yeah.
You should never struggle to get the ball in bounds like that. And then on top of this, Houston had 10 3-pointers. They shot 10 3-pointers in that whole entire game. There was no way they shouldn't have been getting off like that. Getting rebounds, we look bad, man.
Offensive rebounds was crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
man. I just
That
couldn't.
was a rough one. That was rough.
It was just, he called me and I was like, man, I woke up this morning, I got all these emojis, I got all this, what are your boys? Because I was talking big smack.
As you should.
Hey, what's the cat name from Florida?
Oh, you talking about Clayton?
Yeah, he balled again, man.
He was going to the rack every time. He looked like Marbury and he looked like AI just going to the rack.
Right, and he was dropping them trays.
He was.
They in trouble. I think Houston in trouble because him and the other guard they got 3-guard weave. But the one white cat, he got to get better, man, because he missing threes and missing fouls. They got to make
played well yesterday.
Yeah, man. It's going. I'm salty, but I'll take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Cooper gone.
Yeah, it's over. He's gone.
We got the Booster brothers coming next year, so we'll be all right.
Yep.
I don't think we're gonna do it like we did this year.
No.
I think that's a one-time thing.
No, yeah, that was, and I think we beat Florida in the championship game.
If we had to see Florida, we were scraping.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? I'm Neal, Newberry, host of Live from the Nickel. What's good, everybody? I'm your host, Neal Newberry. Welcome to another great episode of Live from the Nickel. Man, I got a good guest here, man. I just found a lot of things about my guy, man. This dude is I'm very proud of this young man. This young man doing this thing out here, man. I got to chop it up before we started the show and stuff and everything. And like I said, this is a great young man, upcoming, coaching. Very proud of this guy. I got just to know him. We're sponsored by Divine Printing and School Matters, so make sure y'all check us out. We're gonna drop the new line pretty soon here with the t-shirts and socks. So I'll keep you guys informed about the prices and everything. So make sure y'all hit me up and let me know if y'all want that. D, what's happening, man?
Man, this crazy April weather, man. You know, it's my birthday month. I want the weather to get right so I can get right, you know. But other than that, everything's good, man. Had a little, mishap, with the knee. Still don't know what's going on with it, man. So it's still like a work in progress, man. So hopefully the doctor called me with some news this week, man, to see make sure I ain't got no infection in there. And the thing is, he might have to go back in there and retool. Yeah. I got a little piece loose in there, man. So he might have to go back in. So I'm kind of worried about that. But other than that, I'm living life, my brother.
That's all we can ask for. Every day above ground is a good day, man. Miss Amanda, what's up? You ain't got your hair now.
Oh, that's
good.
right.
You look good.
Well,
we left up the curls today.
I was a little lazy today. My allergies are acting up. This weather's got me down a little bit, so I was a little lazy with the hair today.
Well, you deserve it.
You still look good. You still look good.
Okay, good.
I mean, we got a new intro started this week. My man Nick put that together for us, man. Me, him, and Amanda. And Mr. Brown, we kind of did it like a couple weeks ago to get it ready for this week. We got a special guest on, so we got it for him, you know what I'm saying? So when y'all go to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all check it out. Let me know what y'all think about the intro. Miss Amanda been working a whole lot of changes. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but she hold it down. She the rock here. So when y'all come to JD's pub, y'all check her out. She'll take good care of you guys.
Always.
So
All the girls here. We got amazing girls.
Good crew.
Absolutely,
We got good
absolutely,
crew.
good crew.
We got good crew.
So look, let's get into our guest today, man. This young man is a great track record. Mr. Brown, you actually knows his dad. So dad is a legend. So you know he got it from his dad. If his dad was a legend, you know he gonna be a legend. So this young man, like I said, getting to talk to him, man. Went to St. John's, played there all 4 years. Now the funny thing, what I was telling him about, I watched the video of him on YouTube. He saying he thought he was gonna go to Scott.
Scott, yeah.
I was like, yeah, you was gonna go to Scott. He said,
That was in his bloodline.
yeah, right. It didn't work out. He went to St. John's, but it's okay. He did his thing at St. John's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then he went to college at Mount Vernon Union, played there. I knew that, but what I didn't know, he went overseas and played for a while. You know what I'm saying? Did his thing, came on back. Been coaching over you, so it's in his bloodline. He already knew it. He said he was trying to play a little bit, then he said, nah, I'm gonna have to go with it. So he was getting mentored by a lot of different people, man. Dennis Springs, shout out to Dennis Springs. Lionel Armstead, great ball player himself. Manuel Baptist, legend over there. So he started at AU, then he moved around. Then he said he started over at Manuel Baptist. If I'm not something, let me know.
No, you're
I'm
good.
perfect. Then he said, kind of bounced around a little bit more. Then he went over to Southview, right?
Yep.
Started coaching there, did his thing. Did a little stint there for about a year, but it goes all the way back to 7th and 8th grade coaching. So that's what the thing is. He was coaching the 7th and 8th graders, so that was a beautiful thing. And head over to Maumee. Like I said, y'all got to show some love to this young brother, man. He is upcoming in Toledo coaching. Y'all keep his name on the record. I can see him moving up, going to college coaching.
For sure.
I really can, because he's nice with it. You over at Maumee doing it. I look at the stats and everything. They doing their thing. Welcome to the Nickel. TJ Gillespie, everybody. What's good? What's good, brother? How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. Happy to be here, man.
Man,
thank you for this platform, having me on, and thank you for what you're doing for the community. It's a beautiful thing.
Man, we trying, man. We just trying to do things. It's always good to reach out to young folks and see what they got going on. Like I said, when they play basketball and after they got done playing basketball, you always want to know where they're going in life. And if they went down this way or that way, no matter what. What I like about you is you were coaching 7th and 8th grade young people.
Yes.
That's good. So you started early with the young people.
Yep.
And you just kind of progressed. You got a immaculate story, man. Great background. But before we get into your background, hey Nick, can I get that gift for our young man right here, man? We appreciate everything you're doing, my brother.
Yeah, okay.
So we got to, get you together with the Nickel sweatshirts and stuff, so you can rock it and support us, man.
Dope. I appreciate it.
They double bagged this stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm locked in.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Oh no, thank you for coming. You got a busy schedule, man. But like, we like to tap in, but before we get into it, we always do ladies first. Now.
Okay.
Mr. Brown started that. We're gonna go ahead. So go ahead, Mr. Man.
Just following a little bit about what you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're so young and you've accomplished so much already. You led Sylvania Southview to the NL championship, right?
I was a part of that team.
NL champion, 16-6 record.
Yep.
I wanted to start out by asking you, where do you see yourself in your career in 10 years from now? I know, well, maybe even just 5 years from now.
Yeah.
With all that you've accomplished so far and all you've done so far as a coach and a leader, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Where do you think you'll be?
It's a hard question
It is
because
hard.
honestly, I've been taking it year by year.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to have my own program at this point, to be honest. I started over at Emmanuel Christian, worked my way up, and then went over to Southview with Dennis just to get under a different coaching regime. And then the opportunity presented itself for Maumee. Applied, got the job, and thinking back about it, things happen so fast.
Yeah.
So I have no idea where I'll be in 5 to 10 years. I don't know if I even want to coach in college, to be completely honest. With the landscape of where college basketball is right now. But it's I really do not know. I'm taking it year by year, and if the opportunity makes sense when it gets there, if I'm offered bigger and better, and we'll see. But I am content at Maumee right now. I'm having a blast. I have great kids, great AD, great supporting staff. So right now I'm happy where I'm at. But 5-10 years, I have no idea. That's a terrible answer, but that's the truth.
It's the truth because it's so open. There's so much that you can do.
Yes.
And you've done so much already. Who's your favorite basketball player?
Ooh, that's hard as well.
Either from when you were younger or now.
So I feel like I've been through phases. I've never had an actual basketball team. It's always been players that I follow. So all the way from Michael Jordan when I was 5-6 years old, telling my dad I want to be bald because I want to be Michael Jordan, to Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, LeBron, some of these new guys, Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry. I mean, just the list goes on. I pay attention to the players more than teams. So I think the eras, I have different players in each era that I kind of like focus on and like to watch.
Obviously, your dad was a huge part of you playing basketball. Is that who inspired you to get into basketball and to play? Did you just kind of fall into it, or is it just something you just had a passion for, you always wanted to do?
So definitely my dad. He's been a heavy part of my life, and my first gift as a 1-year-old was a basketball hoop and a ball. So it was put in front of me. But the great thing that I always tell people about my dad and the way that he introduced me to sports, he never made me play anything, but he always kept me around everything. So when I tell you, I thought, I'm walking around with Scott shirts on, once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. It's because I was always at Scott. We went to the football games, basketball games. I had a buddy, one of my best friends that lived right down Collinwood. We can hear the band playing from his house. We'll walk down, go to the football game, see the band. So he was definitely instrumental in getting into sports, but he never forced it on me, which is, that's the advice I give to a lot of parents these days, because most of us want our kids to be in something, and then we want them to excel. And I always tell them, like, don't make them do it, because then they'll
don't push them too hard. Let them want to be a part of it. Let them make that decision.
Absolutely, and just keeping me around the game. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be like him. Looking up to all of the guys back then that were playing. Scott and Libby games were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, you just can't wait for it to be your turn to be in that atmosphere. So,
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Like Neal already said, thank you.
Yes.
For taking time out, your busy schedule,
I know you're
and
busy.
also congratulations on your head coaching job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And like Neal said earlier, I do know your pops, man. So I remember he was the neighborhood barbershop, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he was a haircutter, man. So we go way back, man. I don't know if you remember his friend named Willis Knighton.
Oh yeah.
We were just actually talking because
Okay.
I was talking like, man, I need to get your man Terry on, man.
Yeah.
So, but what I want to ask you, with your dad being a coach, did you feel any type of pressure to be perfect, or did you
As a player?
Yeah, as a player, were you scared to make mistakes, or?
No, so I think he just handled it the right way. It wasn't a bunch of conversations at home. I didn't have a dad that was like lecturing me on the car ride home.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
That's
It
a good
was.
thing. That's a good thing.
He got on me for sure when I needed to be getting on, but
Right.
I didn't feel the pressure because he stopped coaching me after my freshman year.
Okay.
So after that, we sat down and he told me that I'm just dad now.
Okay.
So I think in those high school years is when that pressure starts to build.
Okay.
When every day counts, every game counts. So at that time he was just there as dad. So I don't think he ever put too much pressure on me. Now you have kids that's like, your dad is a coach, so blah blah blah.
Right.
But it was handled in a good way, and I didn't really feel too much pressure.
Okay, yeah, because I got a daughter, and she quit playing basketball because I was trying out. Excuse me. I was trying to outcoach the coach.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So she backed away.
you're
You
one
know,
of those fans.
So I scared her. I scared her away.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but and another thing, man, all different levels: high school, college, and then can you tell us a little bit about your time over in Europe?
Yeah, yep. So I was there on the USA team, and I went on the tour. So I was there for about a month. We went to, I played in Amsterdam, played in Belgium, London, and Paris.
Wow. All at once?
Yep. So
Wow.
we traveled a lot. We got to sightsee as well. So I got to be on top of the Eiffel Tower. And we did kids camps while we were there, and had their families coming to our games later on in the day.
That's nice.
So,
That's real nice.
it was an unforgettable experience.
That's
for sure.
good. Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
That's nice.
Yep.
Well, hey man, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, man. At a young age, man, I hit it on it. At a young age, doing what you're doing, which is great.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
incredible.
I do like that answer. She asked you about, you take 1 year at a time. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Take one year at a time, one day at a time. Like you said, I think you're still gonna be coaching.
Yeah.
But I think because it's not even from your dad. I mean, your dad did a great job raising you.
Yeah.
Your mom too. You seem like you came from a great home,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. That's what we lack. People like you can help the younger people to understand that, because that's what we lack at. The younger people having kids at a young age, kind of growing up fast, and it's kind of with social media, everything is different now. But having somebody like you, at a young man at your stature, coming into the game of coaching and stuff, they can listen to you. And I feel like being at Maumee, that's a good spot for you. Most people would have been kind of like, I don't know, I'm gonna stay in the inner city. I can see that you like, I apply for it. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Honestly, I loved it over at Southview.
Okay.
Great people, great coaches. I mean, our coaching group was just amazing. It was all brothers. I mean, each day we were there for each other. It was no like weird stuff going on. It was just like a family feel. So if I didn't get on me, I was A-okay with going back to Southview and continuing that. But before we move on, I have to do this for my mom, because I get on these platforms and I always talk about my dad because of sports.
Yes.
But shout out to Kimberly Gillespie. I love you, Mom.
Right.
You had your part in
Show Mom some
everything
love.
else. Yes.
Yes.
She, education was heavy for her. My mom had she was in the Navy, so a naval background, so she did not play. I actually was born on a naval base in Portsmouth, Virginia. And then we came back shortly. I was like 2 or 3 years old. I didn't really know any of my family, so they wanted us here. Both of my parents are from here, so I just had to take that little second.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom, because I
Shout out to Mom,
don't want
dude.
no more
Yeah.
problems.
Hey, you're right, because you know what, my mom was strict. After all our moms were strict.
Yep.
They they keep it together. My dad was more chill. He was a basketball player. Did what he needed to do. But mom's is the
always
one. They the
holding
foundation. They
together.
the wall.
Yep, that's
That's how you know you raised your baby right. Shout out his mom.
Right.
Yeah, she did. She was on educational and just the behavior and that side of things. She held it down and let my dad, do his thing with coaching and all the other jobs he did, to get us through. But yeah, I had to take that time because I do not want another call about.
Hey, you know they was all.
Oh yeah, she'll call in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
My mom will. My mom will.
So look, we're gonna get March Madness was great. I know you did a bracket for men and women. I know you did.
I did.
Everybody that came on, they did a bracket. So in the women's bracket, we got UConn and we got South Carolina. Dawn Staley going for her 4th championship.
Yes.
Then on the other side, you got my man. UConn all time, Gino is the man. I mean, he got a great team with Paige, Asia Flood, and all them.
do.
You know what I'm saying? What's the young girl? She a freshman. Oh, she's so nice. She's so nice. What's her strong?
Yep.
Sarah Strong. Oh, come on, man. You gotta help me out, TJ, man. Who did you? First of all, 2-part question. In your bracket for the women, who did you have winning?
South Carolina.
Yeah. All right.
Only because I'm just a Dawn Staley fan. Like I believe in everything she does, the way she approaches the game, and more than anything, if you see how her players talk about her, their relationships are just unbreakable.
Absolutely.
She doesn't have a bunch of kids transferring from her school,
That's true.
or leaving and talking bad. Even the ladies that don't play as much, you don't hear those stories
No,
because
you
of the
don't.
person she is.
Yes.
I actually have an opportunity to go back to my alma mater in a few weeks to see her speak.
Really?
And it's actually free. Shout out to Mount Union. But it's free and it's on a Wednesday, which is probably not the best for most people, but I think I'm gonna make the trip. My fiance and I are gonna make that trip.
I think we should, my brother.
And go see her speak. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, Dawn is a legend.
Legend.
If y'all watch this week, they had I was telling Mr. Brown, Dawn played. She came out of Virginia. She's from Philly, but she played at Virginia.
Yep.
And so they did is they put they showed her players like Tina Pow and all them. They were showing how she played when she played at Virginia.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now she had the. She had the old hairstyle, which that take you back in the day. TLC, or not even TLC, not left eye, no, but
T-Bar.
T-Bar. She had the hairstyle like that, what she had. But Dawn, the way she coached is the way she played.
Oh yeah.
Dawn was rough. She'd go to shoot the three and everything.
Oh yeah.
You're right. She has no transfers. Everybody that came out of that program went to the next level or doing something positive.
Right.
Asa Wilson, Zaya Cook. You know what I'm saying? There's
List goes on.
Absolutely. There was Leah Boston.
Yep.
Cold killer.
She don't. Yeah, I was about to say she don't trim down a lot.
She trimmed down a whole lot. Once again, I'm gonna go stick to my play. I had USC. At USC, if Juju wouldn't have got hurt, I think they would have got there. But hurt, tearing the ACL, things happen.
Yep.
But you had South Carolina.
I had South Carolina, and respect to Gino and Paige, because Gino obviously his resume speaks for itself.
Sick.
Paige, she's a dog. Coming off of all these injuries and still being able to play at a high level. She's next level talent right now. She can go play in the WNBA and not miss a beat. I love Juju's game. Juju, she is special. But I'm just a Dawn Staley fan, and I like the way that she has her teams play. Like those other teams have individuals right now that are really good, but I believe that they have the right team and the right coach. But I'm not gonna say that I'm not a little nervous about it because UConn is the real deal.
Yeah.
Honestly, Paige is nice. Paige is kind of like you got to prep for her because she can get to her spot.
Yeah.
But once again, we talked about Sarah Strong. That's a freshman. Comes in the game.
Yeah, she's good.
Oh man, she's so hard to deal with. But I do like South Carolina winning today. My bracket's already busted. Juju, shout out to Juju. Nothing against you. Things happen, baby. It's all good. But
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna roll with South Carolina. Dawn Staley's a legend. Amanda?
I've had South Carolina picked. We can
Really?
go all the way back.
oh yeah.
Oh man.
I have had South Carolina
have them win it?
at the top of my bracket.
might be my
Now my
bracket
men's
next.
bracket is busted.
Oh, for sure.
But my girls' bracket has been perfect so far. So I'm still rooting for South Carolina to win it. I like Dawn Staley. I like her team.
Yes.
It's not just about one person.
Absolutely.
I think if one person's out on that team, they can still succeed. That team can still come together. So I'm picking them to win it still. I'm not going to change. It's going to be a tough game, but I think they're going to win.
Mr. Brown, I got 2 questions for you first.
Talk to me.
So my first question is, in your bookie, you're betting today. And Mr. Brown loves to bet, and he good, but he just gotta stop being so greedy sometimes, man.
He's got a lot going on.
All right, man, he got a lot going on. So in your bookie bet, who did you take today?
UConn. I got UConn.
So if you did a bracket, who would you take? Who would you take? If you knew, not leading up today, if you knew what was going on when you making your bracket out, who would you take?
I had Notre Dame.
You had Notre Dame.
Yeah, I had Notre Dame.
Woo! Well, they just had a big. They
I
just
had
had a
Notre
big
Dame.
shook up this week. Olivia Miles is gone. She transferred.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Right. Yeah, I did hear that.
Hit that portal hard.
Yeah.
They hit them hard. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
So you would have took. I forgot you did take Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of good.
But
They
like you said, I took UConn today, but if South Carolina win, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
Because it's Dawn Staley, so I wouldn't be mad.
Absolutely. Me as a person, like I said, I took Juju to win. I like what you said, TJ. Dawn program is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's just she's like I said, the way she coaches, the way she played. She gridiron. She's well respected. If they win today, that's 4 championships. Congratulations to her. Anybody that came out in that program, she's got a good program, and she cares about this young program.
Oh yeah.
She wants them to succeed in all ways, and I think a lot of them. It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Yeah.
Now, just found out my man TJ is the same Dookie like me. It's kind of hard for
I
us,
had
right?
Duke at the top of my bracket.
I think the world had Duke. Mr. Brown had to remind me last night.
It was shocking.
Yeah, that's tough.
The crowd was shocked. I mean, people were like,
Stunned. Yeah.
I mean,
I was stunned. I was
yeah.
kicking boxes.
Yeah, I still can't believe it.
I was upset.
What I don't understand is, and I want you, you got Duke like I had Duke. I'm going to let you lead it off. What did you, being a coach and what you seen on that floor yesterday, I've seen some things, but coming from a coach's perspective, what did you see that they needed to do?
End of the game, situations are always critical and always high pressure situations.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I thought that once we took a timeout after they already had given us issues on getting the ball inbounds, we have to come out with a play that is 100% on getting the ball inbounds.
Absolutely.
I just thought that it was so difficult, and me just knowing the size, they're the largest team in college basketball. I would have tried to use one of my bigs,
right,
to box out, clear everybody else out. I felt like it was too many people that could affect play. So when you have a 3 or 4 guys setting up right underneath the free throw line, everything is packed. No room, no for space, and one tip is an easy steal, or one guy that's close enough that can get into the passing lane. Yeah, so
it was congested.
I would have got everyone out of there, 1 or 2 guys, and then try to get the ball in that way. But that, and then I think that inexperience, kind of like what you were talking about, came to hurt us because we didn't have anyone step up and be that guy to like just give me the ball. Let me take over. Let me get the ball. I'm gonna knock this free throw down, and we're gonna get out of here. Our best guys are mainly freshmen, so you know,
really is.
Yeah, I wish Proctor would have stepped up and made that free throw. He is a guy with experience, so that hurt. But yeah, I think that not being able to get the ball in bounds really hurt, and gave them momentum. Hit that big 3, and then they just were going after that.
Yeah.
10 threes. 10 threes in the game. Mr. Miller, what you think?
I think exactly the same thing. They were looking great, and then I just feel like they fell apart.
Yeah.
And they had the chance to win, and they didn't take it.
Nope.
Mr. Brown?
Like you said, them last 45 seconds, man, they just fell apart. But, I was so happy with the outcome. If the Jayhawks don't win it, I don't want to see Duke winning it. I don't want to see Carolina winning it. So I'm happy.
He didn't want anybody to win it.
Most people either hate us or love us. So.
Right. It's a brotherhood. We all right. We got all alumni in this building. I didn't care. I told people earlier this week I was worried about Houston. From when I was at physical therapy on Wednesday and Friday, I told everybody, number one, Houston is very experienced. They had a big man down there. He was killing us, and he's been there 6 years. So he's a veteran.
6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
Right.
He's going to college
6 years.
He's never leaving.
You only allow 4, man. He did an extra 2.
He'll be 45.
But he had 12 rebounds. He was a factor for him. And I ain't gonna take that. Juwan Roberts is he's a good ball player for him. But this is what I was upset with Duke. In the first half, it was like we jumped out, which was great.
Y'all controlled the whole game.
Control the whole game, the tempo of the game. Now, I'm looking at Milo Watch down low. He's sweating. He's tired. I can see he's gassed.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at Cooper Flag. He's grabbing his shorts. When you grab your shorts, that means you're tired.
Right.
I don't know I've never been to San Antonio, but I'm sure it's hot.
Yeah.
But it's not Denver. Denver, the altitude is different.
Right.
So these are young guys. They should be. Cooper's graduated, left high school when he's 17. So he should be fine. But my other thing is that what I didn't like, what I saw in the second half, they're not watching the three-pointers. Houston shot 10 3-pointers.
Yeah.
There's no way they should have been getting the ball off like that. And then I look at it, the rebounding. Offensive rebound.
That's the story of the game.
Man, dude, there's no way. Stop tipping the damn ball.
Yeah.
Stop tipping the damn ball.
Yeah.
Grab the ball. My dad used to tell me that. My cousin used to tell me that. Stop tipping the ball. Grab the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
And kept the play alive. Proctor missing the free throws. Con Knuppel did what he's supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
Cooper
He's
dropped
nice.
30. He dropped over 30. So he was fine. But I feel like fatigue, offensive rebounds, and defensive rebounds.
The rebounds were bad.
You know what I'm saying? We should have won that game. I knew. I said like this: whoever gets the 70 will win the game. And what it used to happen? Houston had 70. We had 67. Towards this, 17 seconds left. Cooper didn't have no legs. When he shot that jumper, he had no legs.
Right. He came up well
He hit
short.
in front of the rim.
Right.
So, and we'll say this: Houston is very veteran. I love their coach, and he's a great coach. Those guys kept fighting. Like I said, the second half they just started sparking those threes. I was getting so mad.
Yeah.
I think I broke my
It seemed
remote.
like they were getting everything, and Duke was missing everything that they were trying for. It seemed like
Momentum changed, and it was big. It was very noticeable. And they looked like they were on the up and up, and we looked like we just were kind of lost.
Absolutely.
Missing a lot of shots. And I that last play where Coop went to the hole and he shot that little floater or the little fadeaway. I would have liked to see something different, but you have to understand that that's what they've done. When the end of the game situations, they put him in the ISO. You either win with it or you lose with it. And when you have players like that, sometimes that's the way it goes. You don't want to overcoach, and you want to put him in position to get a good look. And he got a good look.
He did. He just fatigued, tired, and the number one thing, he had the legs. He just didn't have the legs. When he shot, it was flat. Yeah. And like I said, we slow the game down. We don't and we wouldn't test it either. To be honest with you, if you look at our bracket from the start to the end, we was never tested. That was our big. People say Alabama, we were supposed to struggle. Alabama, we shut them down. They didn't want no problem with us. With us is we were never tested in the brackets. That's not our fault, but we wasn't tested. Now, TJ, we got Florida and we got Houston. Who you rolling with Monday night, 8:59?
Nobody, because I
that's what I said.
He said nobody. I feel on that. I'm mad.
Still hurt. I'm still mad. If I have to choose, I'm gonna go with Florida. I thought Duke was better than both teams.
Absolutely.
I thought we would have won it all, but I'm impressed with Florida. That Clayton kid
he a handful.
I think he just played himself into the first round. Yeah, for sure. I mean, his poise. Some of these games that he had where he just went off and put the team on his back and no emotion, no extra anything, just about his business. But I think I'm gonna go with Florida.
Okay, Miss Amanda.
I'm going with Florida too. I think unless they have a really off night, a really off day, I think they can beat Houston.
Okay. Mr.
I
Brown?
said Houston earlier, but I'm kind of weighing towards Florida now myself, man. So it's gonna be a tough decision Monday. So I'm definitely gonna place a bet though for sure.
We know that. We know that. I'm like you. I'm still hurt by Duke, man. Duke just killed me.
Yeah.
But I think everybody in the nation had Duke going, and it's going to take a while for me to get over it because
It was a big upset.
Yeah, physical therapy on Wednesday. I got people going to be in my ear and all this and that. I don't really care. It is what it is. If I'm going to take anybody, Clayton Jr. is nice. I like him. I'm going to take him. I don't really care for Houston.
I wouldn't care for them if they just beat me.
Yeah, okay.
But I want to ask you. Let me ask you a question though, Neal.
What's up, bro?
When was the last time Duke won a championship?
When the last time we won a championship? Oh, it was 2012.
2012, yeah.
Oh, that's a long time. Long time.
See, he picking now.
That's a long time.
And we can't even really say anything because the class that they have coming in is ridiculous. You have Peterson coming in. He might be
He a dog.
He's the most impressive talent I've seen in a very long time. Just like polished, like he's so polished to be a high school kid. Okay. You guys have a good class coming in, but yeah, he
But
he
we
can
won
talk.
the chip in I think 2022. So I think we beat North Carolina too that year.
Y'all won a chip in 2022?
Yes, sir. So I'm just saying,
not too much that we can say about
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
I hope my man Terry Crosby listening. You know,
I think he was hurt last week. What happened to his Tennessee? They got mobbed. He had nothing really to say about it.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Terry, but it is what it was. Listen, man, I'm gonna let you get them punches in because
I got to while I can.
Yes, you can. Because last week Terry did that.
Yes, sir.
He was throwing punches. I was just kind of hanging a little bit on.
I need some get back, don't I, man? I gotta get some get back this year.
Let's come football season. We
You
don't know, so you
definitely got your
got
get back on that one.
Yes, sir.
The thing about it like this is, man. Okay, so look, Juju got the, John Wooden Award this year, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Juju was a immaculate talent. She had that ACL tear. That was sad. But honestly, I don't see anybody else who could have got it. I mean, there were some good players. Lauren Best was great. Notre Dame has some good point guards there. But I don't see nobody dominating the game like Juju did.
Right.
What do you think? You think she was the right person to get it?
I think she was. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she had a hell of a year, and she showed up every game. She didn't really have
Absolutely,
a lot of
man.
off nights, and even this isn't what the award is about, but she's exciting to watch.
Absolutely, man.
It's a lot of people that's tuning in to watch Juju, just her play style.
Right.
You know, it sounds terrible, but it's almost like she plays almost more like a dude, like just the way that she plays, the way that she moves.
Yes.
It's just entertaining, and I think that's why people love to watch her, and she makes shots.
I think she's one of the ones that's changing the game and making women's basketball now talked about and making it interesting to watch and people wanting to watch it. I think she's definitely one that's doing that. I think Jane Daniels' mom put a curse on her.
Absolutely.
But other than that,
Yeah, that was crazy.
that's so weird. That was weird. She should be happy that she sat next to him. That would be a great match.
Mama,
not
we over
playing.
go back. She was cop blocking all the way.
She really
All the
did.
way. Man, she was not playing. You see Juju's face? She's like, okay.
Yeah, all
Mr.
right.
Brown,
Dang.
Got awkward in there.
Right.
Yeah, well deserved.
Like, Mom, that's Juju.
It's well deserving of her, you know. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to see her, you know, go down fighting,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Sure.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back, hopefully.
It's not the end
Yeah,
for her, and
right.
I think she's going to do really
Yes.
well. Really well. She's going to be doing commercials,
Oh,
and she's
yeah, oh,
going to,
yeah.
you know, I think she's going to do big things.
You know, she was well deserved. She's one of my favorite players. Like I said, if you go back a year ago when she was a freshman, you had Angel Reese, you had Caitlin Clark. Two phenomenal women were putting on the show. You know, it's kind of around when we started last year in March. Me and Don, Mr. Brown, aka Mr. Brown, we started that. And one thing I like about Juju, you're right, TJ. She played like a dude. She picks her spots. And she's
I hate to
smart.
say it like that, but
No, but I mean, her style of game is like that.
Yeah.
But she can get to the rack anytime she wants. She's developing her jumper. It's coming along. But one thing I like about her, she kind of slashes to the hole. A lot of these girls can't handle that. They ain't, you know, no disrespect to her because her game is nice.
Yeah.
But I think she was the one that got it now. If you look behind her who's coming up, there's some good stars coming in. There's some real good stars, but she's in a different class.
Yeah.
I would just have to say that.
She is.
She's like the LeBron James of women's basketball in college. Now we're gonna change topics now since Mr. Brown kind of took a shot at my Dookies, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it go anyways. But we got 18 days till the NFL starts. 18 days. I'm excited. He's a Raiders fan. They signed Geno Smith.
yep.
Okay. They got Pete Carroll as the coach.
Yep.
The oldest coach in the NFL right now. So the Titans got number 1. Mr. Browns,
Number 2.
Cleveland got number 2.
Yeah.
And we got the Giants. So they're saying Cam Ward is going to the Titans.
Number 1, yep.
The Browns probably gonna get the defense alignment or DN.
Carter,
from,
Penn State.
They're gonna get him from Penn State. And then 3, they said it's a toss-up. Either Shadell Stewart or
Sanders. Sanders or Hunter.
Or
Shadell
Hunter.
Sanders or
Hunter.
his partner.
Yeah, Hunter.
What do you think they should do? What the Giants should do? We already know the first 2 picks. I really do believe Cleveland gonna do right and grab that old boy from Penn State. What you should.
Yesterday I saw a report saying that they're still thinking about
Sanders.
Shador and they're still thinking about Travis
Cleveland?
Hunter. Cleveland, yeah.
Wow.
That I just saw that yesterday.
Okay.
That'd be huge for you
Good
guys.
knowledge on that. I like that.
Yeah, and
I just hope they don't mess it up.
Being a Browns fan is kind of terrible.
it is.
Right, they'll
and I
find a
follow
way.
the Browns heavily.
It's hard.
Yeah, they'll find a way to mess it up, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't know
I-
if they're gonna trade it away. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hope they don't trade it
I
away.
hope-
I hope they keep their pick. I don't think they trade their pick away.
I hope not.
Unless they thought they were getting something real good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
I heard rumors that
they're
they
like
was-
the Bengals. They don't make smart decisions sometimes.
Exactly. And we don't draft quarterbacks well either, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true too.
But to answer your question, if they do get to that point, I wouldn't go Shador because you just signed Jameis Winston, and he'll be a backup probably, and you signed Russell.
Right,
Wilson,
sure
so,
did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
You know, that's
Yeah.
quarterback overload, and I feel like you can impact the team a little bit more in a different position. So I would go Hunter if I was them. and then they could save Shador for us. I'll take him in Las Vegas. I'll take him.
You got Geno,
yeah, he can sit behind Geno, learn. Geno isn't like a young quarterback, but I still think he has a few years of playing good football left in him. Couple that with Pete Carroll, who he had really good years with, his best years with. I think it makes sense.
Mr. Man, what you think?
I agree.
I like that, TJ.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That was good.
I agree. If I were picking between the two, I would pick Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I would pick Hunter for sure. I just think it's a smarter choice.
Absolutely.
Versatile.
Yeah.
I just wonder how his body's going to hold up in the NFL, especially trying to play on both sides.
Yeah.
Right. I think you got to pick or choose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You pick or choose. I mean, this ain't college. This is NFL.
Yeah. You're
You
going to
got
have
some
to
big
pick one or the
receivers.
other.
You got. When you playing corner, safety, whatever, you got some big receivers, man. Strong receivers. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Mr. Brown, what should the Giants do?
If Hunter is there, I would take Hunter. Like TJ said, I wouldn't mind seeing him in Cleveland also, man, because he's a two-way player. We could put him on the cornerback because our corners stay hurt. So I wouldn't mind seeing him, man. And, being a receiver also, man, because we need help on both sides. So depending on what Cleveland do, I wouldn't mind seeing him
He said
with the
Cleveland will
Giants.
take anybody, baby.
We need help. We need help all across the board. But another thing I would like to see Carter too on the other side of Myles Garrett. Man. So that'll be a dynamic duo right there. Man.
I think that would be.
They'll cause hell for the quarterbacks,
that'd be
man.
huge.
Yeah, so we need to sack Joe Burrows as much as we can.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to be too hard. But I don't think we have a defense yet. I mean, we got a new defense coach.
We need to keep up with Pittsburgh and the Ravens, and so we need that defensive help. So
Well, I mean, y'all all said the same thing. What I was thinking too. So honestly, the Giants, like TJ said too, y'all want to sign Russell Wilson. You signed him for 1 year. You signed Jameis for 2 years. You still got DeVito. He got 2 years.
I forgot about him.
He trashed
Oh, yeah, I
anyways.
did too. I
He
forgot
trashed
all about him.
He trashed anyway. He got more interceptions than touchdowns. I think the best player in the draft, you would go, if I'm the Giants, I go get Hunter. Now, Shador, I like Shador. He's very cocky. I don't think he's better than Cam. He would do good in Cleveland, but once again, if you get a quarterback, you guys have been on this road already enough. You guys gave a lot of money to your man, big man.
Yeah.
He gave a lot of money to him.
Right.
He was wanting to be out. Man, I don't know, man. You can send Shador to the Raiders. Anyway, he could go anywhere. I think he's gonna slip in the draft. I think he's gonna slip.
I think so too, and I think when he comes in the NFL, because of his little bit of cockiness that he's shown in college, I think he's going to have a big target on his back. I think guys are going to kind of be wanting to teach him a lesson a little bit.
They're going to test him. I feel like this is, your dad made him name for himself. You're not your dad. Your dad was unreal. You know what I'm saying? He played baseball and he played both sides of the field. He really wasn't a great tackler, but he made plays.
He wrote a rap album.
Exactly. You have to. You have to pay a name for yourself. You can't live off your dad's name. What you did in Colorado was amazing, but I seen a lot of interceptions, a lot of bad. I think you go to, like you said, he go to the Raiders if he gets there. You sit behind Geno. That's what's going on. If you look for now in the NFL, they just signed somebody. Case Keenum got signed somewhere, and I'm like, that's what we need. You need these young guys coming in behind the veterans. You're lacking that. You're just throwing these guys into the first team.
Throwing them in the fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Came out of Clemson. He's down in Jacksonville. Man, he just sunshine came.
He's supposed to be that next guy.
Right, he can't. Now, granted to him, he had a bad coach the first year or the second year, or whatever, but he just can't get
It happens
right.
to a lot of them.
Absolutely,
It happens
man.
to a lot of them. They'll be like, the first round draft pick or whatever, and it's a quarterback, and they are sent to, a team that's not doing well, and then they're just expected that first year to be able to bring that team to a championship, and it's like they're brand new, and you're just throwing them to the wolves like that, and that's a lot of pressure, and the NFL is a lot different than college.
Absolutely. All right, TJ, before we get out of here, we got a new segment. It's called Nickel Moment. Okay. So what the nickel moment is, what was a changing point in your life? It could be when you went overseas, when you went from playing basketball to coaching. What was a changing point in your life? Good or bad?
Tough question. I would say my 6th grade year, going into 7th grade. So what happened that year was I had was training with Lionel.
Okay.
Broke my thumb, and I was supposed to go the next day to play to go off of quarterback for the DeVoe Spartans at the time.
Okay.
And I had been playing football for years at that point for McGregor Warriors in the Washington local league.
Okay.
But the reason why I say that is because at that point I sat down for a while. I gained weight. I was just like all over the place, and I got connected with Bubby.
Oh, Bub, yeah.
Steve
Gordon,
Yep. So
Yeah.
and getting connected with Bubby, Bubby is tough. He's a absolute like world-renowned trainer, and he helped me understand what it takes to get my body together. Coupled that with training with Lionel, and Lionel, professional, also high major D1 basketball player. So
West Virginia.
it was more of a transition for me mentally to understand what it took to get to his level, or even anything close to that, which was always the goal. So just those two guys kind of shaping my mentality on how I needed to work and what I needed to do to get my body together. Because at that time, I got a hair mineral analysis, what Bubby always suggests to his clients. So I was getting the right vitamins, I was eating right. I was always passionate about the game, but that was a transition where I understood, like, this is every day. This is a commitment that is more than just what you see on TV, the guys shooting threes, hitting step backs, crossing guys over, dunking. Like, it's so much more to the game, and I think that was a huge point in my life, because it shaped me for the rest of my career. Just being able to work, and I started doing stuff like getting up at 5 a.m. and going to run in the backyard, and before I went to bed, I did push-ups, sit-ups, and calf raises. Because my dad, you ask him, he'll tell you that the reason I could shoot was because of him, but the reason I could not jump was because of him.
Calf tore up.
Yeah, so I had, I tried to build on those weaknesses that I had back then, but I think that was a huge point in my life, and a big transition point, because that stuff led into the discipline for school, and, getting my chores done. Shout out to Mom again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, now I'm able to share that information with the guys that I coach and the guys that I train, and pay it forward. So I think, to answer your question, I think that was the time.
I think that's a great analogy. I really like that answer, because at the end of the day, you're a young individual going through this.
Yep.
And and I always we ask that question to anybody, because that shaped and molded you to be the person you are, along with your parents, two great parents. That helps out a lot. We don't have a lot of that. You have either mom raising you, or grandma raising you, or dad raising you.
Yep.
But I like that. What y'all think? I like that.
Oh yeah, that was on
Six-
point.
six-
It's perfect, because
sixth grade.
a lot of people, and especially at that young age, you don't fully understand, like, that you have to change your entire lifestyle and your entire mental, and,
Right.
and it's every single day. Like,
Absolutely.
at that age, like, you just want to, like, do what you want to do. You don't want to have to think about, like, that type of stuff. So that's very huge.
Yeah, and it still took a while to all the way get where I needed to be. Just being young and trying to understand it and figure it out. So I think after my freshman year is when it like really clicked to the point where I'm like, I want to be in the gym every day. If I'm not in the gym, I want to be on the
Turn into,
hill.
like, a passion for it. I want to be the best at what
Yep.
I'm doing and what I can do.
Perfect your craft.
Yep, absolutely.
My brother, I appreciate you coming. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. Hey, you guys, check out this episode. This young man is going to do great things. He said year by year, but I'm rocking with it. He gonna be a coach somewhere in the college game, because he know the game. Came from a great background, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Check us out next week. We're gonna be here at JD's again. I got another great guest, Taylor Works. This young lady is ridiculous. So y'all make sure y'all check it out next week at 5 o'clock. Y'all live right, y'all do right, y'all gonna be all right. We out. You just gotta take a